Hello, welcome back to the channel. Nigel here with you, Nigel's Modelling Bench, and we have another book review for you today. And this is another book, a Wingleader book from the Photo Archive series. And as usual, I'm starting off with showing you the wonderful packaging, as always used by Bookworld. If you order direct from the link I've put down in the description below this video, your book will come from Bookworld Wholesale. And Bookworld Wholesale are the distributor for Wingleader products. And basically, they are amazing. Very fast delivery, very reasonable delivery, very fast customer service. Justin is fantastic to deal with, as is his lovely wife. And also their packaging is incredible. So when you get one of these books from Bookworld, you will get in a plastic bag, so it can get wet and it's sealed. I think they could probably submerge this in water to be okay. But certainly if it's raining, your book's not going to get damaged. You've got a nice cardboard sleeve to stop the corners getting damaged or anything, so your book arrives in perfect condition, and then the book is inside a little bubble wrap envelope, so that's a nice touch. And then here we have a slip of paper advertising the many new products that are coming along. At Bookworld, they have a huge range of books to cover all sorts of different types of military, tanks, ships, cars, boats, trucks, everything, planes, the lot. And they also do the modelling books as well. So there you can see there's a modelling book there. So they're not only for historians or whatever, but they're also for the modelers as well. We've got AFV down here. We've got main battle tanks, a guide to painting and weathering. There was a book over here that caught my attention. It was this one, an A26 Invader. I wonder if they show you how to put the trumpeter kit right, or the hobby boss one right. You can see we've got lots of modelling subjects and lots of new books here. So, and Justin will be at the Gloucester Model Show, as he is every year. And if you've been there before, you will know that up on there's like a stage area. He has that whole stage area. So go take a look, go say hello, and say you saw these books here. Anyway, he knows who I am. I know who he is. It was really funny. We spoke to each other for years, and he knew about Nigel's Modelling Bench, and I knew about Bookworld. But we'd be speaking to each other, and I didn't know I was speaking to Bookworld, and he didn't know he was speaking to Nigel's Modelling Bench. Absolutely amazing. Anyway, Hawker Typhoon Part 3, Spring 44 to Autumn 44. So this is basically covering, this is the third book in the series, and it's number 37, and this is basically covering the good old Typhoon through D-Day. So here's the book. You can see on the back, they've actually put the prices up by a whole 5p since this whole sort of crazy times that we're in with every price going up by 100% per day. Yeah, they've actually managed to keep their price increase to 5 pence. So thank you very much for that. You can see there's the ISBN number, should you want to order it in your own country rather than in the UK. And it's available from there. And as I said, there's a link in the description directly below this video. There'll be a link to where you can go and order yourself this book. Okay, so let's have a look. We do a quick flick through page by page. I haven't really had a look through this book, because I've got so much on. I've got lots and lots of videos to make. So basically it's talking in here about one of the many joys of working with professionals is working with Chris Thomas, who's the guy that's basically behind this book. And this is from Mark Postlethwaite. He's the editor and owner, I think, of Wingleader. So Chris has dug deep into his archive and pulled out some remarkable photos for this volume. There are also clear photos of various dust filters that were quickly introduced to combat the Normandy dust in the summer of 44. In short, everything that the modeler or modelling companies would need to create the ultimate D-Day Typhoon. Okay, and you can see there's a lovely picture looking dead on at the nose with a half-painted spinner. And we've got, yes, they are invasion stripes, not ID stripes. Remember, Typhoons often had stripes on the wings. They were not invasion stripes. They were actually identification stripes, because the coastal forces, when they saw these coming in, thought they were FW-190s. So apparently. Right, so here we go. So spring 1944 production. So you've got MN235 here, delivered to 51 MU RAF Lichfield. Selected for transport to the USA, this was not, as some have suggested, for comparative trials, but for American designers to examine and suggest ways of increasing range and weaponry. Here we go. So yeah, obviously the Americans were good with range and weaponry, weren't they? They had the P-47, which was probably the sort of American brother to this aircraft. So another couple of lovely pictures there. You can see these not serialized yet, and they have brand new paint on them, and absolutely awesome. Nice wartime colour picture there. And then here we've got a photo with all the front end stripped off, an access panel open there in the side of the cockpit. And Gloucester Aircraft had many low modification state Typhoons in purgatory store from spring 43, when there was a shortage of serviceable engines as well as damaged aircraft waiting repair. One of the former is seen here shortly before completion and redelivery in March 44. There we go. There you can see a load of aircraft here being rebuilt. And then here we've got the usual sort of Wingleader book thing. We've got A, which is RP attachment points, whatever RP is. B is identification lights. C is original exhaust fairings. D is 500-pound bomb racks with cannon shell ejector chutes. There we go. So identification lights, bomb racks, exhausts, and RP attachment points. At the end of May 43, EK-122 was removed from storage and delivered to Hawker Aircraft for trials, including in 1943 installation of armour plate. Here we go. Here we can see some dust filters, I'm guessing this is. The hinge radiator fairing flap, which was open to improve cooling, could also be used as an air brake. Alright, there it is. Wow, interesting. Had a single piece of flat armour applied, so that's to stop being shot from underneath. Immediately after the radiator fairing, two plates B and C were bolted beneath the rear of the engine compartment. Note the two light coloured strips to indicate armour plate. I've never seen that in a kit before, but it'd be interesting to add, wouldn't it, to yours? It's just some simple bolts and some flat plate. There you go. So that's to stop them being shot up from underneath. Obviously the Germans realised they could come up from underneath, shoot them and get the back of the engine. So D-Day preparations. Nice picture there of the sort of typical weathering. That's a car door one. Typhoon 1B JR132. So day fighter scheme, car door canopy with whip aerial, M10 smoke tanks, 500-pound bomb carriers, 3-blade propeller and a small tailplane. So those of you that have got the, like I have, the 124th car door Typhoon, and there you go. So there's your smoke tank on the bottom there. D-Day, photographed on D-Day, Wing Commander Charles Green with his new 4-blader. This page and the next, which he had first flown just 2 days earlier. Note even newer MN17 HHN in the background. There she is. All with their invasion stripes on. Look at all the oil and everything down there, all smearing down the wing. There we go. Looking beautiful with the slide back canopies, not the car door. Day fighter scheme, full D-Day stripes applied in distemper. Starboard undercarriage door incorrectly painted. There you go. Both the doors are incorrectly painted. Port undercarriage there shown as similar, but there were many variations. Okay. 4 RP and 2 LRT long range tanks. Later style exhaust fairings. PR on fin loosely applied in distemper. Spinner shown as red but could be blue or camouflage colour. 3-bay propeller, small tailplane. Okay, you can see there the lines are looking quite nice, but they're not perfect. So bear that in mind when you're modelling. I've always thought this this thing with these stripes is a bit difficult because we all know that in real life they weren't perfect. But the trouble is when you're modelling, especially in the smaller scales like 48, 72nd, if you make these lines all uneven, everything, it just looks like you're not a very good modeller, I think. I don't know, it's just my opinion. So there we go. And these undercarriage doors is something I've always discussed. When you see them part like this and you see the stripes on the undercarriage doors, surely they didn't chop the aircraft up, close the undercarriage just to get the stripes lined up correctly on the doors. They must have guessed it. They must have had like a template to put in there or something and mark where the lines came and then put it on the door and mark where they were. Surely. Hello there. Load of Typhoons there, all lined up. You can see one there with this pilot. Note the white anti-creep markings on the port main wheel. Okay, checking that the tyres don't creep on the wheels. They're not anti-creep, they just let you know that it's creeping, don't they? So here we are loading some rockets. Beautiful, aren't they? Do love a Typhoon. And there's one that's seen better days, unfortunately. Again, loading up. There's a lovely nose-on shot there of all the rockets hanging off the wings. These things were formidable once they got them sorted. Some fantastic stories of some very low-level attacks, weren't there? And here we've got dust control. So we're looking at all sorts of different types of filters to help with the dust control. Here we go, loading up some more rockets. Lovely picture there with all the panel work removed. Great diorama scene there. There's a guy in his kilt, smoking a cigarette, looking happy with himself. That looks like a proper World War colour image as well. There's one there just lifting off, or just touching down. I should imagine it's just lifting off. There's one up on stilts. There's one here being worked on, probably being repaired, reassembled, whatever. And then we've got camera ports under the wingtip, 2 obliques inclined left A and B right with a long focus high speed camera C. There we go. And there's a picture of the gun bay, all full of cameras rather than guns. A very rare shot showing the installation of the camera gun on the starboard side of the nose just above the radiator. The film cassette is in the process of being changed. So there's the camera there. Blimey, that must have got hot. Wow, that must have been roasting, that camera. And then here, during the Normandy campaign, a decision was made to fit 2 aircraft in each RP squadron with 35mm sign cameras, city cameras, to record attacks. The cameras were installed in the vacant landing light bay in the starboard wing. Results were disappointing as the attacking Typhoon usually broke away before the rockets hit the target. Oops, wrong way up. Blimey, what's this? Wow, it's some sort of bomb being filled with leaflets for raids. Autumn 44. Fitters make adjustments to the 44-gallon long-range tank, which is replacing the 2 inner RP rails. RP is rocket projectile, isn't it, I guess. And then here we have more loaded up. They've all got rockets on now, haven't they? Nice busy scene there with lots of empty drums and stuff lying around. 2 views of MN925 of 197 Squadron. Main photo probably at Manston. Shows LRT fitted and stripes still displayed beneath the wings. Ordered removed between 25th of August and 10th of September. Top left probably at B70. Shows 500 bang bombs and wing stripes removed. Here we go. And there she is, MN925. D-Day stripes under fuselage but nothing on the wings. Large sailplane, skyband move forward, 4-blade propeller and black spinner. Here we've got some lovely maintenance shots here. So there's the one with all the cowlings off. See a great photo there showing an offset antenna. Oops, tailplane being shot up there. This is a little interesting thing for your dioramas. There's a little wedge that goes on the wing for them to stand on, sit on, so they're level. Lovely shot there. See the camp there in the background with the tents and everything. There's a car door there with the rockets fitted. And then here we've got a couple of guys posing for the camera, another one here posing for the camera, 5VG MN345, isometric spinner marking. That's what we saw at the front, wasn't it, the start of the book. Here's a great scene for your diorama. There's a 247 Squadron's MN606, known to be ZYT, being serviced in a wrecked hangar at B78 in October 44. It features 124 Wings red spinner with 247's yellow black backplate, and just visible beneath the windscreen the name Libellula, which is Libellula, dragonfly. In the foreground, the radiator fairing shows the interior fit of armour plate. See pages 11 and 12. So you can see the armour plating in here to protect the engine. A is the curved plate protecting the side of the radiator. B is the flat plate on the inside of the radiator flap, we saw that. And C is the unarmoured section panel from beneath the two inner undercarriage doors. There we go. That's the panel that's going to cover the, and that's unarmoured in that case. Lovely colour photo there. Look at the wrecked hangar in the background. Dear, dear, dear. Proper scenes of devastation here, isn't it? And there we go. There's a picture there. Looks like a family. We've got a young lad there posing as well. And there we are. So Typhoon Chronology, early 44 to September 44. We've got the large tailplane introduced in February. We got the 24th of April, the first 1,000-pound bombs were dropped. May 44, LRT with reduced RP load introduced. 13th of June, first operations from French ALGs. I'm assisting that's landing groups, whatever. 18th to 27th of June, Normandy dust crisis. 2nd of July, Mod 240 Volks Ray air filter introduced. 12th of August, brief operational trial of 8 duplex RP. September, Mod 421 tropical air filter. And then here we've got a list of all the aircraft built from January 44 to January 45. There we go. So that's been a review of that lovely, lovely book. As I say, this is Wingleader Photo Archive number 37 on the Hawker Typhoon, and this one has covered spring 44 to autumn 44, i.e. D-Day. And there's once again, you want to go and get yourself one, there's the OSBN number. £20, and you can order it from this company here. So there we go. Right, I will see you all soon. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.